Okay, so let's install our IDE. So we are going to discuss three of them, PyCharm, VSCode, and Jupyter. So let's first start with PyCharm. You can just search for PyCharm. And this is the website. It is IDE developed by JetBrains. PyCharm comes in two flavors. One is the Pro version, another is the Community Edition. Pro version is paid, Community one is free. So if you want to download, you can go here in download page. There is 30 days free trial for the Pro version, which is professional. And if you go down, then from here you can download the Community Edition, which is free. Obviously, this is limited in the functionality compared to the Pro version, and it is available as usual for all the three operating system. It is very capable and very popular tool within Python development community, but we are not going to use it. I don't use it. So if you want, you can give it a try. It's not very hard to learn, but this is not something we are going to use it. I'll be using VS Code. So I just wanted to show that this is one of the options. Okay. Now next one, where is it? Okay, so next we are going to talk about Jupyter. As you see, if you look at the spelling, this is not correct. This is not the spelling of Jupyter, but the name is created using the three languages that it was built for initially. So JU, Julia, PYT, Python, and R is for the R language. These three languages we talked earlier in this video, in the first part. And these are the three languages for which the Jupyter project was created. But now it supports more than, I think, a dozen plus languages it supports in addition to these three. So let's go to a website and see. So the first link is, if you go Project Jupyter, so this is the website, and you can read through what this is and how it works. It's basically popularly called notebook because like in a notebook, you can have code, you can have code output, you can have images, videos, your comment, formatted paragraphs in markdown format. So like here it is shown, right? And it can be shared and interactively people can work, and it runs in browser. So it's very fast and very portable. And it's very popular within data science community, within data scientists for experimentation and all. So it's a very popular tool and very capable tool. So you can see the languages it supports. There's I think more than 12 now, but we are not going to use it directly. We will be using VS Code, and within that we'll be using it. But let me show you how to install it. We are not going to install from here. Jupyter is a Python package, so we can install using pip. So that's what we are going to do it. So go to command prompt. Let's go to our project here, and let's activate our virtual env. So I have to source dot venv scripts activate. Okay, so now the environment is activated, so I have to install. So I say pip install Jupyter Lab. So now there are two options here. One, you can install Jupyter directly. I think it's not Jupyter, it's called notebook. I think it's called notebook. Yeah. So you can install notebook or you can install Jupyter Lab. So Jupyter Lab is the latest version, a more capable one, and the notebook is the old one, classic, which is still available for use. So let's install this Jupyter Lab. I have already installed it, so it ran through very quickly. It's saying the requirement is already satisfied because it knows that it's installed. But if you're installing it first time, then it's going to take longer. It's quite a big package, so it takes almost 40 to 50 seconds to install it completely. So once it is installed, is in order to run it, we have to say Jupyter, and then we have to say lab. Okay, so Jupyter is basically a web application. So it's running in the background here. And if you want to open the interface, so you can copy this link from here, go to your browser and just paste it. So this is how the IDE looks like. So on the left side, you see your file manager or your project manager. All the project assets will be here. On the right side, there are various components which you can start within this IDE. The main one is the notebook, which we'll be starting. So you click this, it by default, it opens, it creates a new file with IPynb, which is IPython notebook extension. You can right click and rename it. So let's call it test. And then here we can write our code. So in Jupyter Notebook, the codes are written in cells. So this one line is called cell, and you can write multiple lines in this. So print hello GenAI. Okay. And I can write another line, print second line, right? So if I want, I can write multiple lines in there, and in order to execute it, you have to just press Control Enter, and here is the output of the code. Now if I want to create a cell below, then if the cursor is here, this is in code mode, so I cannot create a cell down below. In order to do that, you press escape, then the whole box turns into blue color, the border, and then you press B for below. If I want to create a cell above, then come in the command mode where the border is blue and press A for above. So above it will create another cell, and here you can write your code and execute it, right? So print third line. Now if I want to execute this cell and create another one in a single command, then what I can do is, instead of Control Enter, I can do Shift Enter. So in this case, this code executes and it creates a new cell. On the right side, you can see it is running Python. So depending upon the language which you are running, you'll be able to see your kernel, which is what language you're using, and it is tab based, so you can create new tabs, multiple notebooks in a single IDE, just like any modern IDE provides tab interface, right? So this is Jupyter notebook, and if you want to know more about it, one more thing I want to show is in help. If you can see here, you can come here and just click this show keyboard shortcuts. So these are the keyboard shortcuts provided by Jupyter Notebook. And if you want to learn more about it, you can go to the website and see the documentation. I can do the simple Google search, or you can ask ChatGPT like how to use, what are the commands, and it will just list for you. But we are not going to use it directly in this interface. At least we'll be using the Jupyter kernel. This is called Jupyter kernel. This will be used in conjunction with VS Code. So let's install VS Code, and then I'll show you how to use it. Okay, so finally let's install VS Code. Go here, let's search for VS Code. Right, so it's pretty simple. We just come here and download. So it senses that it's Windows operating system, so it's giving me to download single. If you're using Mac, then it will give download for Mac. There are other platforms like any other software download, so you can download the version of VS Code for your OS and just it's a simple installation. Just double click it and it will just install. So there's no fuss installation. So once you have installed, what you can do is in Windows, you can just come to search bar and to VS Code. I have already installed it. So this is the first link. You can start from here, but the method that I prefer is I basically go to my project folder for which I want to open VS Code, go inside that folder. So in our case, it is Git demo, and I do code dot. Advantage that it will open VS Code and open your project folder in the project manager directly. So one step less. Here it is. So now when you have just installed it, then what you need to do, because VS Code is general purpose IDE and it can be used for n number of languages. So for Python use, we have to install few extensions in VS Code, and they're pretty simple to do. So go here in extensions. Then the first thing you want to do is you just search Python lang. Okay. And the first one which will come, and you check this is Python language support. You can click and check. It is from Microsoft, and this is essential for VS Code to work with Python. Along with this basic support, it also installs Pylance, which is your code assist, code completion, and a Python debugger. So you just because I have already installed, it's not showing me install button. But if you haven't got this, then in that case you will see the install button. You just need to click it, and it's very quick. It will just install it. So this is the first thing you want to do. Second thing you want to do is just search Jupyter with a Y, and again the first one that will come up is Microsoft Jupyter extension. This enables VS Code to run Jupyter Notebook within VS Code. So we saw the Jupyter Lab, which runs in a browser. Now, instead of opening a browser separately and starting Jupyter first from command line, then opening the browser, Microsoft has provided extension for VS Code. Using that, you can run Jupyter Notebook as a separate tab within the same IDE. So which is very helpful and handy. Okay, so once you have installed these two, you are basically ready for writing Python code. There are n number of other extensions which you can do. For example, I have got themes. You can see that theme is dark. By default, this is not the theme that comes with. So you can search for just themes and it will give n number of options. I've got Atom one dark theme enabled. Then there is a doc string. For in Python we write documentation with triple quotes, so this assists in creating a format, a template. So there are a number of things you can just search and install as many extensions as you like to assist your coding work. Okay, so let's go back to Explorer here. I'm going to close this one. All right, so you can see this test.ipython notebook is shown here. So we'll use that, but in a bit. And this is our virtual environment. The first thing you'll notice, okay, right now it's not showing. It doesn't know which language I'm using, so it's not showing. So it can sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create. So if you click this plus icon here, then it will allow you to create a file. So let me create a file called test.py. Okay. So it opened me this tab here where I can write the code. You can see the icons. So now again in extension, I forgot to mention, if you want this kind of icons, then what I'm doing is I'm using material theme icons. So I'm using this one. So you can search for if you want similar icons. Otherwise, there's other pack for icons are available, like VS Code. If you search for icons, just icons, then you can see I've got this installed but not enabled, I guess. Yeah, so I've disabled it. So you can use VS Code icon. There's n number of choices you can use, and it just looks nice. It gives you appropriate icon for appropriate file which you. So for example, Python is giving the Python logo. For Jupyter Notebook is giving me this, right? Okay, so I've got this. Let's test this. So again, I'm going to write a print. I'm going to say hello Gen AI here. Okay. Now in terms of executing it, okay, before that, the moment I open this file, you see here at the bottom, it knows that it's a Python file, and it automatically senses that I'm using Python 3.13.2. How? Because of this virtual environment. So it automatically detected. But in case it doesn't, then there is a way to change it. So if you click here, then it will show you all the available Python versions in your system, and then you can select. For example, you can see in our installation using PyEnv, we have two of them, right? Both are being shown, and one of them 3.13.2 is used as a local venv environment. So this is what's recommending, this is what's selected. So in order to execute code, you have to tell VS Code that, okay, this is the Python version I'm using, and this is where it is located. And that's where the virtual environment helps. So automatically you don't have to do anything. Open VS Code from the project directly. Where you have virtual environment, automatically it will sense and select it. So in order to execute this code, what we have to do is we can go here and click this play icon, and it will run the file. So what it does, it opens by default, it opens PowerShell on Windows, and it is going to execute this command. So basically Python, which is the interpreter, and my file, and you can see the output here, right? So that's how you can run it, Python file. But this is not the method which I prefer. I prefer to keep the code and the running of the code separately. So I basically execute from terminal directly. So I can go here, right? It's up to you how you want to use it. So if I want to execute, I will do Python and test.py and execute. So this is the method I'm going to use. Let's come back here. There's another option. If you want, you can execute code from the terminal, but again from the VS Code, which I generally don't prefer. So if you go, I think terminal. Yeah, if you can go to view and click terminal or control backtick. Okay, this is the shortcut, control backtick. So if I do control backtick, it opens a window here with a terminal. So by default it opens PowerShell, but since I have got Git Bash installed, I can go click this down arrow and I can select this Git Bash. So it will open Git Bash for me as well. Okay, so you can see Git Bash is here. I can run the same thing. Okay, but as you can see, I'm within my project folder, but environment is not activated, right? Here you see this is activated. So here again, because it's a separate shell, what I need to do is I need to activate the environment. So again, source.venv script activate. Okay, so now you can see the venv is activated. Now I can do Python test.py and it runs from here. But this is this method I don't use generally, but if you want you can do that, or if you want you can run it from here. So it's up to you, your personal preference. Okay, so this is done. So this is how we execute Python code from here. Now let's move on to this guy. So now, as I told you that VS Code allows you to run Jupyter Notebook within it. The way to run it is when you're creating a file, if you put .py extension, it is considered as a Python file. If you put .ipynb, which is IPython notebook extension, then automatically it recognizes it's a Jupyter notebook, and this icon will show up here if you have selected this icon, material theme icon pack. And if you click that file, then it will open similar interface that you saw in Jupyter Lab. So if you remember, this is what we coded there, right, last time. And in first time when you're doing it here, you will not see this .when Python. I have done it before, that's why it's showing. So what you have to do is, I think here it will tell you that select a kernel. So you have to click this, and it will open this window, right? And then it will show option saying that select Python version, and if you select it, then it is going to show you the similar thing that we saw here, same window, and then you have to just select the .venb Python executable. Okay, where is it? Okay, so once you have selected, your Python executable is ready to run. So this is the code. Let me okay, I've cleared everything, and then let me delete this cell, and let's just run it. So again, you can run it either by pressing this one, or you can come here, same thing. You can do Control Enter, it will run. And if you want to create a new cell after running it, just press Shift Enter. So it's pretty handy having Jupyter Notebook and Python coding facility in the same IDE, same window. You can switch very quickly. And so here basically the way most people will use it is, if you are not sure about the code which you are using is doing the job is intended to, you come here and experiment with within Jupyter Notebook, execute it, see the output, and then once you're sure, you go and transfer it to your Python code, because the Python file will be the file that can be deployed in production, and not the Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is for experimentation. Nowadays, I think there is a way to productionize it, but I don't know how does it work and how it's helpful. So in general, Python files are the one which is going to be deployed. Jupyter Notebook is for experimentation and testing your ideas and code. Okay, that's how people use it, and that's why it is so popular, because you can pretty quickly run line by line, and you can share the output, you can save it, and you can put your comments, everything, right? Just like a notebook. Okay, once I'm here, when I said you can write your ideas, so what you can do is, so this is the code cell, right? So let's say I want to write a comment on top of it. So I will press escape. Okay, there is no cursor, that means in command mode. Okay, so no cursor, command mode, and then this this cell is selected. So let's say on top of this cell I want to create another one, so I press A, so it created a new. Now this is again is considering that I'm going to write code here, but I do not intend to write code. So I want to give a heading. So one hash is the heading one, h1, and I will write, okay, testing Jupyter notebook. Okay, now if I do Control Enter, nothing is going to happen. It just treats as a Python comment, right? But I go in command mode and press M for markdown. Okay, okay, I need to have a space here, sorry. Okay, now you see, so this is h1. If I to put two hashes here, where is it? Oh, the hash. Okay, this is heading 2, So similarly, you can quickly do a search on Markdown. What is the syntax for Markdown? And if I want to make something bold, then I will do bold is this. This is a bold, and I think 1, 2, 3 bold italic, I guess. Yeah, and you see. So you can embed. There is syntax to embed pictures, videos, headings and inverted quotes, whatever. So anything that you think of, you can do in HTML. Most of it is possible to do with simple Markdown code here. All right. So this is how you can use Notebook, and this is how people used to document their thoughts. People have written books using Jupyter Notebooks. All right. So this is Jupyter Notebook. Okay. Now I've shown Jupyter Notebook, but generally I was using it in past, but right now I do not use it that often because I've learned another method from one of my colleagues that I use very frequently, which is best of both world, which I'm going to show next, which is an interactive mode. Basically, problem with Jupyter Notebook is, as I said, you can experiment, you can write code in here, and then you come and transfer your code to Python, which can be put into production, right? So there is a 2 steps involved. Plus Jupyter Notebook, if it is a complex project and you're working a very complex idea, then very slowly it grows very large and it becomes a problem to manage it. You don't know because you execute cell by cell, so you don't know where you are in the sequence of execution. Sometimes it messes up your variables and data, right? So interactive window is best of both worlds. So it gives you power to execute the line of code that you want using Jupyter Notebook, but you will be coding within the Python file. So there is no IPyNB file will be created, and the same file where you're experimenting, you can execute line by line, you can check the output, then you modify your code. Once it is perfect, you can just push it to deployment. And this is what I'm going to show you next, and this is what I'll be using mostly in the videos. Okay, so interactive window, how it works is before we can use it, we have to enable it. So if you can come to this cogwheel, this is the settings for VS Code, and go into settings from here, and in the search bar you just type shift, and if you come down under extensions, you will see Jupyter. Obviously for this to work, you need to have the Jupyter extension installed. Jupyter extension plus in your when you need to have Jupyter installed. So you remember we installed Jupyter Lab, so both things are required. So shift and you come to Jupyter, click this, you'll see this single option here which says that when pressing shift enter, send selected code in Python file to Jupyter interactive window. Initially it will be unchecked, right, when you install it. So what you have to do is you need to just check it. Okay, once you are done, just close this. It automatically saves. Now I have got some code written here, and let's try this. So let's say I want to execute this whole thing line by line and check the output, but I do not want to open because if you run this file directly in Python, so I will save it. So for saving everything is Control S in VS Code. If I go to terminal and if I just run this file, right, it executes everything in one shot. This is not what I want. So consider this is very complicated code. There are multiple steps, and then you want to inspect that what each line is doing, and maybe there is error, or maybe you are working out some ideas whether it works or not, right? So I want to do line by line execution, just like in Jupyter Notebook. It's pretty easy. I can go and write these in one line in each separate cell and execute and inspect the output. But here I do not want to use and go to Jupyter Notebook and then transfer the code to Python file again. So we have enabled our interactive window. So you come here and select this line and press Shift Enter. So automatically you'll see this line is executed here. And basically this is nothing but a cut down version or kind of modified version of a Jupyter notebook running here, which VS Code has provided as an interactive window. So I can, without leaving my .py file, I can execute line by line and see whether what's the output, whether it's working or not, inspect my variable, what's it's holding, what is the value, right, how it's changing. So let's go here. Do I need to select and Shift Enter again? So no output because it's just assignment. So you see this is an unsorted list, and now I print it. So I can select multiple line as well. So I can do this as well. Okay. So this output is coming from this print statement, and then I'm going to sort this, and then I want to check whether it has sorted or not. So now you can see this list is sorted. So this is how you can use interactive window in VS Code instead of Jupyter notebook. If you have this kind of requirement where you want to experiment and inspect line by line, it helps a lot. You do not have to transfer code, and you can see side by side, so it's very nice. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, so now we have set up all the required application and tools that we need for building our applications. So in the next video, straight away, we are going to dive into our first GenAI application. First, we'll have a quick demo of the app. Then we'll discuss its high-level design. And after that, we'll straight away start building it up. So I'll see you there.